So what is an AI newsletter and why is it ideal after retirement? An AI newsletter is simply an email that you send out on a regular basis, usually once a week, where you share helpful tips, ideas, or information on a topic of your choosing. Now, with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT, creating these newsletters has become much easier and far less time consuming than it used to be. For those of us who are retired, this is a lovely opportunity. It's something you can do from the comfort of your own home at your own pace without any pressure. Your newsletter could be based on a hobby you already enjoy, something you're passionate about. And that's very important because when you're passionate about something, you don't get bored with it. It becomes what I like to call a bit of a labour of love. Also, when we're passionate about something, we tend to know quite a bit about it already. So really, it's a win-win situation. Now, you might think newsletters are a bit old-fashioned, but in truth, they made quite a strong comeback in recent years. A lot of people today actually prefer receiving helpful information directly in their inbox, rather than searching all over the internet, trying to find what they need. It's simpler and it's more direct, and often more personal. This creates a wonderful opportunity for beginners like ourselves to build a small but loyal audience simply by sharing useful and consistent information. And this information could be something you've gathered over the years, perhaps from your working life or again from a hobby or interest. In the past, writing a newsletter could take quite a bit of time and effort. You had to come up with ideas, write everything yourself, and make sure it all sounded just right. But today, things are much easier. Tools like ChatGPT can help you generate ideas, create outlines, and even write sections of your newsletter. So you don't need to be a professional writer at all. You simply guide the process and then add your own personal touch. For example, if your hobby was something like stamp collecting, you could say to ChatGPT, I want to start a newsletter about stamp collecting. Please give me 10 topic ideas. Within seconds, you'd have a list of ideas to work with, and from there you can build your newsletter step by step. The best newsletters are usually built around topics you enjoy or have some experience with. This could be gardening, cooking, saving money, hobbies, or even learning new skills later in life. Choosing something familiar makes the whole process much more enjoyable. However, I will say this. It's not absolutely essential to already be an expert. Many successful newsletters are created by people who simply had an interest in a topic and were willing to learn more about it. There's a saying that you only need to know slightly more than the average person to be helpful. So if you're curious and willing to learn, there are many different topics you could explore. One of the biggest worries beginners have is running out of ideas, but this is where ChatGPT really shines. You can ask it to generate dozens of ideas in seconds, and quite often it will suggest things you might never have thought of yourself. It can open up entirely new directions. You might start with one simple idea and suddenly find you've got enough content for weeks or even months. This is where ChatGPT really comes into its own, helping you brainstorm and turn simple thoughts into useful structured content. Now, getting started is often the hardest part, but the actual process is quite simple. You choose your topic, ask ChatGPT to create a basic outline, and then expand each section into a short, helpful email. That's really all there is to it. And here's something very important to remember. Getting started is far more important than getting everything perfect. This isn't just my opinion, it's something you'll hear from many experienced online marketers. You learn as you go along. And in my experience, that really is the best way to learn. There are quite a few beginner-friendly platforms that allow you to send newsletters for free. These tools take care of everything for you, managing subscribers, sending emails, and formatting your content. So there's no need for any technical knowledge. However, it's worth mentioning one small thing. Many of these platforms offer a free version, but it's sometimes a slight catch. The free plans are often limited in some way, perhaps in the number of subscribers or features. So later on, if you want to expand, you may need to pay a small monthly fee, but to get started, the free versions are usually more than enough. When you're starting out, you may only need a handful of subscribers, and that's perfectly normal. Everyone starts at zero. Your list will grow gradually over time as you continue to share helpful content and stay consistent. You can also link your newsletters to your YouTube channel or even a simple website. Now, building your own subscriber list is actually one of the most valuable things you can do online. Many successful marketers say the same thing, because once people join your list, you can build trust with them over time. And when people trust you, they are much more likely to listen to your recommendations. Once you have a small but engaged audience, there are several ways you can earn money from your newsletter. You might recommend useful products, include affiliate links, or even promote your own digital products. The key thing is to focus on helping your readers first. If you provide good, honest, useful information, the income tends to follow naturally. Now, in my opinion, one of the best ways to maximize your income is by creating your own products, because then you set the price and you keep 100% of the profit. Whereas with affiliate products, you earn a percentage when someone makes a purchase. Both methods work, but it's useful to understand the difference. Starting an AI newsletter is not about rushing or becoming an expert. It's about building something steady, something enjoyable, at your own pace. For retirees, it's a lovely way to stay mentally active, share knowledge, and potentially earn a little extra income. And let's not forget, being a senior actually gives you a real advantage. You have a lifetime of experience to draw from. You tend to think things through more carefully, and you don't rush into things. And that, in many ways, is a strength. So if this is something that interests you, why not give it a go? Thank you very much for watching. If you found this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help the channel grow. Thanks again for visiting, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.